To the merge, y'all! Woo!
We are merged.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. You are 11 in this merge, but however, so you have been, you may have been missing a tiny detail about the game. This is a no border season. So we've had a little something else that happened while you were playing. All of the eliminated players that you guys voted off has been dueling in a place called Deep Web, where they get a chance to potentially come back. And now we have finished the final duel, and this person is going to complete our number of 12 players for merge for day 2.
Oh my god. Please don't be Josh. He seems so pissed. Please don't be Josh. I really hope it's Brandon. That would be amazing.
We know that if Josh was coming back, we were fucked.
Whether or not it was part of the game, I could tell that he was miffed that he had been lied to by me.
So I'm really, really fucking hoping that Josh doesn't come back because I know he's gonna be so angry, and
I don't want to see Jen because I voted against her, and also I don't have any connections with her.
Are you excited to meet him?
Yes.
Him! Did Nikki?
Or her?
Or her?
I would hope Brandon comes back from the edge, so that would be stellar.
I didn't want to see, I think, Brandon come back, and I felt that he was a threat come merge, so
I didn't really care during that time. Like, I was super sleepy, as you can see on the videos.
Are you excited to meet the player?
Yes.
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 Okay. Please welcome back to the game, completing our merge tribe.
Is it Brandon?
Josh!
Josh!
I'm back, baby. I am so motivated now, more than ever. It feels good. I said earlier I was practicing slide puzzles last night, and it felt like fate.
fuck, I literally don't know what I'm gonna do right now because the 1% who want to come back that I truly thought we got rid of pre-merge is now back.
Why did Josh come back? Why did it have to be him? I would have taken anybody else except for Josh.
And I'm ready to wreak vengeance on Matt, Deb, Sophia, Jamie, Michael, and Justin. We're done.
Worst possible scenario. I don't even know if apology is a good idea. Or might be gone.
Of course, I'm nervous about Josh coming back. I think he would understand. I really do. And I would do whatever I needed to do to reach him to let him know I didn't really have a choice.
Instead of having a 6-5 majority, we would most likely have a 6-6 split. So it did not work for me in any level that Josh came back.
No personal offense to him, but I do not think he wants to work with me going forward into this merge.
Josh is the only person that I wronged, and he came right back to tell me that. And I'm nervous right now for sure.
I'll be interested to see what people have to say, and I can't wait to get back.
So we're gonna start things off on a pretty chill note with our very own Zoomvivor auction. Okay. So before we get into like bloodshed, let's have a little fun first. Alright. So what's gonna happen is all of you will have 200 credits. Each item will start at multiples of 10. The highest bid will be 200. If by any point there are more than if there are more than one players who bid 200, we bring out our wheel for the deciding factor. Okay? And whoever gets the wheel gets the item. Again, I will not tell you if the auction will end. It will just end without any notice. So make sure to make your bids count. First item is an advantage in the next immunity challenge.
200.
All right, Josh goes for 200. Out of the gate, anyone else gonna contest for 200? Going once, twice. Right, sold to Josh. 200 advantage in the next immunity challenge. Josh, you will find out what your advantage is when we get there. Next up is an item that will be hidden. Start the bid at 10.
200.
All right, Matt goes 200 immediately. Anyone else who's gonna fight for 200?
Hope it's not seawater.
200, going once, going twice. Sold to Matt. Right, we're gonna show what Matt won for the auction. So Matt won some peanut butter. Next item up for grabs will stay hidden. We'll start at 10.
200.
Whoa, okay. Everyone's very aggressive with the auction, so we go for
We're
200.
just going for it.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Going once for 200. Anyone who wanna contest? Going twice. Sold to Eman for 200, which means Matt, Josh, and Eman cannot participate anymore in this auction. But next item will be hidden once more.
What did Eman get?
And what do you get?
We're not gonna tell.
Can I ask a quick question about the auction?
Next item is also gonna remain hidden. So we start at 10.
I'll do 50.
50 for Sophia. 60 for Deb.
80.
80.
80 for Sophia and Colin.
100.
100 for Heads.
150.
120. 200 for Jubed. Anyone want to contest for 200? 200 going once, twice.
Is it peanut butter though?
Sold to Jumed. Jumed, do you want to know what you got?
Well, as if I have a choice.
Well, I will show you later by messenger.
Okay.
All right. It's a, but I can tell you. It's a special message from a mystery survivor player. Next item is hidden.
200.
That
200.
goes for 200. Who else
200.
goes for 200?
200.
Justin. Justin goes to 200. Anyone else joining the bandwagon here? Seems like everyone's jumping on 200.
You got me right. 200.
Yes, Deb and Justin is both at 200. Loud and clear, Deb. Loud and clear.
All right.
All right. So this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna bring out our magic wheel to decide who gets this item.
I love you, Justin.
Love you too, Deb.
Okay. All right. So it's between Justin and Deb.
This is so cool.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Deb.
Come on.
Deb.
All right. Deb.
Nice, Deb.
Deb wins this mystery item. All right. So.
Peanut
butter. No. Alright, so which means that ends our Zoomvivor auction. As for everyone else, I'm sorry, but got nothing for you.
I'm like not awake right now.
Either.
Do some shots.
Me too.
Okay.
You guys
Have
drank
some
anything? I
espresso.
drank like
Matt.
a boba.
Matt, you missed. This is it, Matt.
Cheers.
I'm doing
Here
a
you go.
Jameson cold brew. Oh, I'm putting it in my coffee, man. I'm doing it in the.
I just got faked out. But
I felt like the even distribution evened out the playing field. It made it kind of fair in case there would be someone who led a Filipino versus American alliance, because there was no dominant ethnicity when it came to like the number of tribe mates. But I felt kind of scared because I wasn't really confident in the OG Tumanji. We stick strong, then after pagonging the bukas, that's when we eat each other. But I still tried to push it. I tried to talk to people. I was even the one who made the group of all the OG Tumanjis.
When we reach the merge, I feel like it's a 6 Filipinos and 6 Americans. So I'm so scared that the Americans will team up against the Filipinos. So I tried to loop in the Filipinos in a Filipino alliance just to make sure that in the merge we have the numbers, or on the merge vote we have the numbers. But also I have to keep in mind also the OG Tumanji as well. So we have the numbers in this vote. If we can stick together on this vote, I think we'll be safe.
My idea is that I'm very close with Matt, and he's very close with Deb. Josh is no longer close with those two, but Josh, it seems like I'm the only one he wants or can work with at the moment. So then I have Josh. Because I know Michael, I can work with Michael, and Michael's really close with Sophia and Jamie. So therefore, we have a big kind of cohesive unit with kind of Michael and I in the middle, and with our branches kind of reaching out. So then we can kind of take control without really seeming like we have control.
So now that we're at the merge, and me and Colin will be on the same tribe, I can finally start working with him. I'm really tight with Sophia and Jamie, and I feel like Matt and Deb are right there with us. So Colin comes over, and we also have Justin as well. That gives us majority. And I want to just get Josh out of the way, even though I am afraid he has an immunity idol. So we might have to do some maneuvering there.
So coming into merge, my strategy would be to stick with my last swap tribe. Whatever happens, I wanted to prove my loyalty, and I want to be able to have the chance to actually play the game, because at that point, nobody really wanted to play with me, so I was just surviving through the skin of my teeth.
And I felt like, I had come back in, like, I'm just going to come out kind of guns blazing and not really care, because I'm already out from, like, Matt and Deb. Like, I didn't trust them at all, really. And I figured, like, the numbers would be hard, so I just kind of came out really strongly and kind of wasn't holding back.
So coming into merge, it's kind of exciting because I'm now able to communicate with Justin. Well, Justin basically is my ride or die, because of, we have met each other before the game, but I didn't know exactly that he would be here, not until marooning. So I was kind of excited to know what was going on in the other tribe and find some information.
To win competitions, get immunity, use idols. I'm excited. I like the individual. I do have what I think is a good alliance, but I still want to win. So I'm just going to do everything I can to win.
My plan of action after day one was to add everyone from the merge tribe, because although I already have a solid alliance with Lauren, Eman, and Hez, I kind of thought that the effort would not be enough if I'm just going to stick with them. I had to make another alliance just so I will be safe for at least the next few votes. So I was browsing Facebook, and the first person I added was Jamie.
The night you announced that we were merging, everyone was supposed to be sleeping, I found an idol clue. I immediately thought that I should show Matt my idol clue because I wanted to take our alliance to the next level before the merge. You know, since he's talking to Sophia, I feel like I wanted to be his number one, at least more than Sophia coming into the merge, and showing him an idol would be the best move to gain his trust. And I'd probably look more like an asset to him coming into the game.
And so when I got to merge, I was so excited, and I just knew that there's always something that happens at merge, because in the show, this is the point of the game when they would be going to a new island, or that there'd be a reset in what's happening. And so I saw James post the picture of the merge feast. It looked super good, but I clicked on it right away because I knew that there's probably going to be something hidden in there. And I found 2 QR codes that were hidden inside of the merge feast picture, and they were both links to action bounds. They were separate ones. One was for an advantage, and the other one said it was for an idol. And so I'm like, shoot, I got to get these done really quickly. I got to make sure that I am able to get these before somebody else does. And now I'm sitting, going into merge, knowing everybody wanting to work with me, which is something I was really lucky to have. And now I have an advantage, which is a chaos vote, which I can explain in a little bit. And I also have an idol, which is so important. I think idols are way more important than advantage, because I think having an idol is an advantage in itself with what you can do with it. So I'm really, really excited right now with my position going into day 2.
Okay. I hope everyone's ready, because for this challenge, we will be standing up. For each round, you will squat down and reach for an Oreo and stand up and place an Oreo on the fork. It's gonna stack, so at any point your stack gets higher, it's gonna fall out. So last person standing wins individual immunity. The rules are you cannot readjust the Oreos once they're placed on the fork. You cannot bend over to reach the Oreos. You need to squat. Josh, you have won an advantage in this challenge, so you will start stacking after the 3rd count.
Wow.
So for the first 3 stacks, you can just watch everyone. All right.
Thank you.
Winner will receive our first individual immunity for merge. Save from the vote. As for each one of you will be the 8th person voted out of Zoomvivor No Borders and the first member of our jury. Zoomvivors ready? Alright, on my cue, okay? Alright, ready? And reach down. Get 1 Oreo. Easy. Alright, everyone place their Oreos. Josh, you just watch. Alright, on my cue, we're waiting for heads. Again the rule. Sure.
Should we place our Oreo when we're down by the ground? Or
No,
when we get back?
you're gonna place the Oreo when you stand up. Once you're fully upright. Alright, ready? On my cue, get 1 more Oreo. Again, you need to squat, cannot bend over, and stack. Seems pretty easy. Alright, Josh, you will now join this round. Okay? Josh, everyone will be playing now. So, on my cue, get 1 more Oreo. What happened to Michael? Michael, did you fall?
My cat jumped on the laptop and it made me fall, yeah.
Okay. Michael's out of the challenge early on at 2 stacks.
Michael, come on.
Sorry, Michael.
At 2 stacks, he's already out. Hez is placing his fork. Hez, can you put your fork lower so that we can the stacks? Alright, so Justin has problems with his internet, so he's automatically out of the challenge. Right, so we now have 10 people playing. Right, on my cue, place one more Oreo. Go. Alright, everyone's placing it.
Oh,
Who falls?
me.
Hez falls.
Oh, Hez.
Alright, Justin's already eating his Oreos. Alright,
Oh, Justin.
everyone's looking solid. Right, now get one more Oreo. Again, you cannot bend over. Cannot bend over. Just half.
Oh no, I fell.
Right, Justin fell. Right, she's out of the challenge. Right, so far we have Colin, Jumit, Matt, Eamon, Jamie. Sorry, say Jamie, and Sophia and Josh and Lauren and Deborah.
Yes.
Right, 3 Filipinos out so far, and 1 American. Oh, Matt falls out of the blue,
Matt.
and he's out of the challenge. Okay, next round. Get one more Oreo. This is gonna get a bit harder because the stacks are getting higher. So balance. Alright, Jumed falls. He's out of the challenge. 4 Filipinos out. 2 Americans. So far we have Emma and Sophia, Colin, Lauren, and Josh and Deborah still in the challenge. Right.
I'll be back. I need to clean up my mess.
Alright. Okay. Oh! Colin falls. He's out of the challenge.
Colin.
Alright, we are left with 5. On my cue, get one more Oreo. We are now at 6 stacks. It seems pretty easy, but everyone's been falling like flies. And it's getting pretty hard and challenging when it gets higher. Alright. Still everyone's looking solid. Everyone's looking solid. Josh is looking pretty solid. The advantage pretty much is working for him right now. Pretty relaxed. Sophia's pretty solid there. Lauren, with her arms on her hips, like a real contender for this challenge. And Teacher Deb as well. Alright, on my cue, get one more Oreo. It's gonna get harder because the stacks are higher.
It's hard because I'm old.
Your knees.
Yes. They're popping every time.
Alright, everyone's placing their Oreos. Sophia is placing her Oreos. And they are looking solid. Bit of a wobble from Eamon. Good save. Lauren is looking pretty solid. Teacher Deb is looking pretty solid. Josh is looking pretty solid. And on my cue, get one more Oreo. We are now at 8 stacks. Teacher Deb falls. She's out of the challenge. We are left with 4.
Oh, I fell too.
Sophia falls. We have 3 left. Eamon, Lauren, and Josh still in the challenge. Everyone's placing their Oreos. A bit of a wobble. Eamon is shaking right there, and he falls. Eamon falls. So it's a showdown.
Great job, guys.
It is now a showdown between Lauren and Josh. Josh has an advantage.
Guys, you don't
Wow.
even go to the gym. What the fuck?
Lauren.
Alright.
We run out of Oreos as well, so it will take
Alright.
time.
Josh and Lauren, let's go and pick up one more Oreo. Let's see who will last longer. We are now at 9 stacks. Josh Lauren placing his order. All right. We are still in it. Two of them showdown. One Filipino and one American.
Great job, guys.
We are not 9 stacks. We're going to 10 in a few seconds. On my cue, pick one more Oreo.
Oh my god, I fell.
All right, she fell. So which means Josh wins individual immunity. First individual immunity for Josh.
Josh.
Safe from the vote. Everyone else, you will be our first person voted out of the merge and our first member of our jury.
We wanted to take out Josh right away. Like that was the plan because he was definitely gunning for my core alliance, which was Matt, either Matt or Sophia. So we wanted to take Josh out. But then he won immunity.
My whole goal was to get immunity that first time, which I ended up doing at that, using all my auction money on that advantage and then end up winning because of it. But with the hidden immunity idol, I knew I didn't want to use it right away.
Of course you won. Of course. Anytime you want to get someone out, they win immunity. The problem is I was kind of already expecting him to have an idol, so the thing is trying to get Colin to be okay with voting someone out on his side. And if not, we might have to sacrifice Justin at this point.
Alright, so during the day, I didn't really talk to anyone because I was still tired from the first day. I was waiting for someone to initiate the conversation with me. And the ones who initiated the conversation with me were Jumed and Hez and Eman. That they approached me about having an all-Filipino alliance because they said that it was like the dynamic in their tribe, so they were the ones who were controlling the votes, I guess. But I said I didn't want to flip with my swap tribe at that point.
Okay, I have been talking to Josh because I really hated voting him out, and he was in my alliance. And I know he doesn't trust me. I know he's unsure what to believe when I tell him that I didn't want to vote him out and that I didn't have much choice. And I think that he would come gunning for me if I can't convince him that I'm really with him.
I'm pointing my guns at Josh this first round, but unfortunately he won immunity. And so I have to choose somebody else, and it felt like Justin was a really good person to pile on because a lot of people didn't know where they stood with Justin. And I felt like if I could keep this vote, this first vote, as unanimous as possible, I would have as few enemies going into the next vote.
I want to appear that I'm with the original Jumanji because that is such a heavy alliance right now. It's something that Josh is really interested in, who now has won. And I know like Lauren and Hez are all in on the OG Jumanji Strong, which I want to appear to be with that group, as does Matt, but that necessarily doesn't work for my game because I'm now working with some OG Bucurosity, Matt, Sophia, and Jamie.
So we tried to get intel on the OG Bukas because the plan was really to stick together as OG Jumanji. So the targets were those from OG Buka. And Matt said that he and Deb always had to follow Michael. He made Michael out to be a kingpin of the Buka people and that he was really running the show. So
first, he is an OG Bucarosity, so I have to limit the numbers of the minority because you can never underestimate the minority because they're really good numbers if you really want to make a move.
Michael was targeting me. Hez and Jumed told me that they were targeting me.
So I have an alliance with Matt, right? Like we have a connection with each other, and also Matt and Lauren. And I think during that time, Matt told me to vote Michael out because he was the the ringleader or the kingpin of the other tribe.
To my surprise, Justin's name actually came up, which made me think that there is a brewing Filipino versus American alliance. And I don't want to be in a very detrimental position. I don't want to be in the bottoms.
We also thought that the other tribe would full blast their votes on one person, so we had to agree on one person.
I have an alliance with Justin, which he is a Filipino. So basically, if I keep the numbers of the Filipinos strong, I still have an option to work with Justin rather than Michael.
But to appear like we're not this secret group yet, I have asked Matt, Jamie, and Sophia to turn on Justin.
I mean, I know I couldn't convince Justin to vote for someone else, vote for Lauren, just because Justin was so into creating an all-Filipino alliance. Just even come merge, all he wanted to talk about was coming up with an all-Filipino alliance. Like by then, Justin should have won an award for his patriotism or something.
So we needed Jamie's vote that time so we could have majority because the wild card in the Filipino alliance was Jamie. Part of the all Filipino alliance was me, Lau, Jume, Ed, and Eman. So that's already 5. Jamie was a wild card.
I know about the extra vote. Jamie told me she has an extra vote and is going to play to ensure that Michael stays and Justin goes home. So I'm really hoping that is what happens with her advantage.
Until I realized that it was almost time for voting. So I felt like I had no choice. I just had to use the advantage by then to gain the 7-6 vote. So I told Sophia last minute and I told everyone vote for Justin.
So that is my pitch to test their loyalty a little bit. I know I have Michael. I'm not sure if Sophia and Jamie are with us just yet, but also to then appear that we're not this secret group and we're gonna stab the OG Jumanji in the back as of yet. Next time, but not right now.
Okay, we start with Josh. Josh, how important it is winning this first individual immunity coming to merge?
I think it's really important. I figure the vote after the merge is always shows where people stand. I'm very grateful to be safe, even though I don't feel comfortable about where this vote is at the moment, just for my game overall. And I just got voted out, so that also adds to the dimension of feeling good, but also I just want everyone to know this isn't the vote, the time for a safe vote. Like, this is really the vote where we're all going to figure out where everybody's at, and I'll leave it at that for now, but I may come back.
All right. Hez.
Go.
So now there are 6 Filipinos and 6 Americans. Do you think nationality is gonna be a factor for this vote?
I think not. I think the relationships we built are still important, and I think that would factor most in this vote.
All right, Michael, do you feel confident coming into the tribal that you know who's gonna come to be part of the jury?
No, not at all. I have no idea.
Have you heard some names being thrown out?
Yeah, and I've heard mine too.
Oh, you heard your name. Eman, is that the case for yourself? Are there a lot of names being thrown out?
Definitely, there are a lot of names. It started with I heard 3 names, and then it was narrowed down to just 2. So I'm honestly very confused right now if where to vote. Honestly, at this point.
All right.
I'm gonna clear this up, James. I feel safe right now. I'm gonna clear it up. So we have OG Buka and OG Tumanji. On my last tribe, the OG Tumanji flipped on me with the old Buka and went 6-1 against me, which I get it. They had the numbers. They were scared. I understand that. Being said, the way they were acting before that tribal and the way they're acting before this tribal is eerily similar. And I feel like for us, the biggest threat right now is Michael. And I don't know why they're throwing out Justin. To be honest, I haven't heard him talk much. People have said he's wishy-washy, and his Wi-Fi goes out in immunity challenges. I just don't think that's the threat we want. And it sounds like Michael is in Deb and Matt's ear, trying to get them to put on Justin so that once we're down to 5-5, they're just stronger. Michael's just in their ear, is what I'm saying. So I'm saying, if you're really OG Tumanji and if we're all on the same page, we can all hit Michael, and I'll leave it at that. But I'm open to other people talking.
All right.
I mean, I just want to jump in, if that's okay, James.
Sure.
Because I'm not sure where Josh is getting Justin's name from. Because, I don't know, Justin is one of the Buka originally. So I don't know why you think Michael would be trying to take him out. But...
Well, I don't know why. I shouldn't have known why the last tribal, and I got voted out. So I'm just saying patterns repeat themselves. I learned my lesson, and I'm seeing the same thing I saw last time. And I don't want the OG Tumanji, who I really want to go strong with, further to repeat the mistakes I did. I feel safe. I'm putting myself out there in the future because I'm safe right now, but this is a huge threat on my back moving forward. And I'm doing it because I care about keeping this Tumanji together.
All right. Michael, what do you say to that? He threw out your name out there.
I really don't know why, because I was not instrumental in voting him out last time. I was actually...
Then who was?
It was a group thing. The thing is, I was blindsided the fact that I was 6-1. I did not expect that at all. So I was not instrumental in them flipping.
All right. Matt, with all this chaos happening, names being thrown out, and a lot of things to consider, how are you going to base your vote now?
Well, I'm probably going to base my vote based off of what I think will happen and hope that what I think is going to happen is actually going to happen, or else that's going to be super awkward. So I'm super happy with what I've said so far to people. I think people know where I'm at, hopefully. And I think that 10 minutes to prepare for a tribal just gave me like a third kidney or something, because I'm in a lot of stress right now.
Lauren, there has been a lot of talks about OG Buka, OG Tumanji. Do you think that will come into play?
Of course, I think it will come into play. I mean, there are so many different possibilities. I mean, I've always said that the tribe dynamic plays such a significant part of this game, given that this game is founded on numbers and alliances. So I really think it's a factor, especially given that the time that we've been able to invest in our different tribe mates. So I think, yeah, like it's just a matter of who was able to earn your trust the most in the short time that we've spent here on the virtual island.
All right, Deb, teacher Deb. I'm sure everyone is confused right now. Everyone is still undecided fully on who to vote. Are you in the same page already? Have you decided who you're going to vote, or are you still like confused?
I had decided where to vote, but now I don't know. I don't know. It's killing me. It's killing me. Yeah.
All right, Jamie, considering there has been a lot of tribe swaps, there has been a lot of relationships formed before this merge, how do you think all of those relationships come into play? Where do you side? Do you side with your original tribe initially, or do you side with the people that you formed relationships with during swap towards this merge?
I think that we each have our own people that we can trust, and I definitely have people that I can trust based on the conversations I had with them. It doesn't really matter to me whether or not we've been together for so long. but I know I can trust. But definitely, I can trust 100% the people I was working with before. So I don't know what's going on with the whole someone bringing up Justin's name thing because he's been with Justin since day one.
All right, Justin, your name has been
Hey.
thrown out. What do you say to that?
Well, it's definitely a surprise. I didn't exactly want to hear my name tonight. So I guess for this vote, I'm just gonna stick with the people that I said I'm gonna stick with, and hopefully they come through for me tonight.
Are you nervous?
Yes, definitely.
I don't think anyone's not nervous in this tribal because anything can literally happen. Colin.
Josh is not nervous, definitely.
Yeah, except for Josh probably. He's been saying
I'm very nervous.
Alright, so Colin.
Yes.
Before we go to vote, what should the tribe remember before coming to vote?
I feel like I have to choose my words carefully here. I would say, okay, here, this is what I would say. Just because you didn't hear your name being thrown around doesn't mean that your name could be the one that's being written down tonight. That's all I'm saying. Just like, if you didn't hear your name in the big conversations you were having, that doesn't mean that your name wasn't being thrown out there. So, and that's this tribal and every tribal. But and the reason I have nothing really specific to say is because I'm with Deb here. I don't know who to vote for. I have it down to kind of two choices, I think. But it's just I don't know. Do we play it safe or do we start making moves? It's the merge, so I think we should start making moves, right? Like, I don't know. So we'll see.
All right, Jumin.
I think so too.
All right. Sure,
OG
Josh.
we just need to be on the same page. So I'm voting for Michael.
All right.
If anyone else wants to say what's happening, I can switch. But I just want to make what's most important here is that we're on the same page.
All right, Jumid. Colin said that just because your name isn't being thrown out doesn't mean it's not going to be written down. Do you think there's going to be a big blindside to this tribal?
It's highly possible. I mean, with the 10 minutes that you gave us, a lot of things were happening. A lot of names were being thrown. I even heard my name at one point at a time. But yeah, definitely this could be a huge blindside. But I also told someone earlier today when we were, discussing that I think we should still stick with the majority just so we won't put our votes to waste.
Sophia.
So I think that should be the consensus.
Sophia, are you part of that majority? Have you been like...
It's hard to know, isn't it? I, feel tight with the people who I've been talking to. I don't know. I worry, though, that if Colin's over here saying that we shouldn't necessarily be worried, even if we haven't heard our own names, that then Josh follows that up with, I'm definitely voting for Michael. I don't know if I can necessarily trust that what is being said is actually what is being done. It might just be a farce. I'm not sure.
All right. Whether or not it's true or a farce, we will find out because it is now time to vote. You know the drill.
I definitely hope this vote works out for me. Right now, I don't think I can trust the All Filipino Alliance. I've just built a stronger relationship with Sophia and Michael.
Heard that you're the head honcho and it's time for you to go home. Bye.
I have the votes. If anyone has a hidden mini idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'm going to count you down in 10 seconds. 5. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote. Michael. Justin. We're tied. 1 vote Michael, 1 vote Justin. Michael, that's 2 votes Michael. Tied again. 1 vote Mike, 2 votes Michael, 1 vote 2 votes Justin. Justin, that's 3 votes Justin. Michael, 3 votes Michael, 3 votes Justin. It's Michael, 4 votes Michael. Tied again. 4 votes Michael, 4 votes Justin. Michael, that's 5 votes Michael. Tied again. We have 5 votes Michael, 5 votes Justin. Michael, 6 votes Michael. Justin, 6 votes Michael, 6 votes Justin, 1 vote left. Ninth person voted out of Zoomvivor No Borders and first member of our jury. Michael. Michael, that is 7. That is enough. Unfortunately, you have been voted out of Zoomvivor No Borders. Do you have any final words for your tribe?
Yeah. Sophia or Jamie, you guys put it. Ready for you.
All right.
That's what.
Thanks. Fun to play with you.
Yeah.
All right. With that, Michael, the tribe has spoken.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Michael.
All right.
Was there 13 votes?
All right, so this tribal, I'm sure, has a lot of questions, but I'm sure one of you guys have the answer to that question, to why the votes have been that way.
Upset, but also relieved because, oh my god. Like, I didn't expect to be so anxious this whole time. Well, I knew Josh was dropping my name last night through Colin, but I wasn't even 100% sure at that point. It was literally right after that, as Trouble started, that Sophia and Jamie reiterated that it's Josh. I was completely blindsided by the fact that Deb and Matt flipped on him. I have no idea how that happened still. So I guess he just thought I was behind all that when that's not really true. But whatever. I just sort of thought to cut someone off from Colin so he'd be a little more willing to go true with our side of things rather than the Tumanji. But it was a lot of fun, so I'm happy about it. I mean, I love Deb and Matt. I love them so much. So even if they did turn on me, I wish them the best of luck. Colin, obviously, I wish the best of luck. And same with Sophie and Jamie. I really want to see Sophie and Jamie get to the end, without a doubt.